Welcome back to the Leftcurv video. Today I'm going over what I think is going on in the market. I should probably articulate my words. You know what you get when you come here. Okay, so starting with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin dominance is currently sitting at 60%. So let's explain this chart. Basically, this is Bitcoin dominance over since 2014. So yeah, big red line. I thought it was going to bounce, broke through, pretty cool. This line also thought it was going to bounce, broke through, pretty cool. So I'm going to change this to a dashed line, make it a little bit smaller so it kind of matches. There's a whole range here, which it kind of basically messes around. I'd guess that like somewhere here-ish, we would see maybe a rejection around 62% or so. And when that happens, I'd imagine a lot of the market cap of some of the token goes into some of the alts and the other stuff down the chain. So that's Bitcoin dominance right now. It's going up. I don't think it will continue going up forever, clearly, because it looks like it has, and then it rejects, right? But, excuse me, I've also been sick for a while too, just coming out of a cold. Bitcoin itself. So I had a whole chart, which is actually on ETH. Basically, I measured bull markets, bear markets, took averages, and then set targets based on time. And then I also use fibs to plot projections based on historic events. So what do I mean by that? I mean that if you go into the second last bull market and you go to the very top of the market and you go to the trough and you measure down, you pull a fib line, right there, so top to bottom, your basically your 1.236 and 1.68 kind of mark the tops, right? Clearly, clear as day, this is the data right there. So if you do that again with the current market, you go to the very top, pull to the very bottom, right? Your 1.236 to 1.618 mark the range. So I think that Bitcoin is going to top out somewhere in this range, basically 100K to 175,000. Yeah. Pretty cool. Since like what, March? What is this? March has been pretty flat. I'm on weekly. Let's just go on monthly and make it easier. Yeah, so since like basically March, things have been ranging sideways for Bitcoin at least. If you take a trend line, pull that across there, right? Let's make it a little bit thinner and turn it orange and go back to weekly. Make it a little bit thicker because I didn't plan ahead. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. So trend line, basically every time we touch this trend line, price rejected, and then we just broke through. Even though we're currently below that price, we're also in a market structure. Where's that chart? Is that this one? I think I deleted it. But let's just draw it real quick using the 3-day because it's easier to see. So we have, I'll do it in white. We have a low. So here's the trend down, right? So this would be like your lower high, another lower high here, right? We're just trending down for instance like March or whatever, sideways downish, and then it started breaking through these trend lines, and we had a structure change. So basically you could say that we broke this trend line, high, low. So last low. So higher low from this lower low. We have another higher low from this lower low. Whoops. We have another high low from this lower low, if you want to call that the higher low right now. Right? And then if we zoom in a little bit here, right, we have these higher highs. We have a higher high here. We have a higher high here. And the cool thing is that usually on these higher highs, on this uptrend, on this structure, usually when we break through and we break up, price corrects for a few days and it goes back down to the previous higher high. Yes. And that's this one right here, right? So we're actually just touching that right now. So we're probably going to bounce around this range for a bit, and then hopefully in the next few days or week or so, we'll break above this 73 and we'll make a new all-time high, and then we're in price discovery. When we hit price discovery, that is when I think we start to move towards 100,000 to 175K range. that is also when I'm hoping that Bitcoin dominance starts to break down and we start to see some of that movement go into alts. I pray to somebody that that happens. And why do I have these lines? These lines are basically that range of time from this other kind of, I had this on Bitcoin, but I'll use the ETH chart. These are just the bull market, bear market time structures measured and averaged out and then plotted back to when I think when the bottom of the market was, or at least I think the bottom of the market was. Hopefully it's not anytime in the near future, and moving forward. So this little zone here is basically when I think that we're going to top. So I think that we top basically before October next year. That's what I think is going on right now. As for the cool blockchains, ETH, when I plotted this out, then yeah, same thing. So basically around the same time, sometime in May, but like again, May to October, I think ETH hits 73 to 14,000 sometime this cycle. ETH has been underperforming clearly and all that narrative shit that you hear on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of stuff going on Solana, blah, blah, blah. I think that a lot of that is just kind of meme coin trading, basically reminiscent of the NFT boom and all the kind of stuff that happened last cycle. Again, like, you know, Solana has killed this cycle because it came from basically $8 and now it's 167. And if you're going to look at the Solana chart, then I don't believe Solana is going to go up to $2,300. I think that's a lot. But I do see Solana maybe hitting like $500-600, maybe $1,000. But what do I know? These are just guesses. I use the same exact thing, but again, there's also less data in Solana. ETH and Bitcoin just have longer timelines, so you can see it play out the same, potentially. Solana chart, interestingly enough, kind of reminds me of the BNB. Does it? Does it actually? Brain? Yeah, it kind of does. Kind of reminds me of the BNB chart. So there's similarities there, just kind of like how they range and things like that. BNB has also been killing it. Not as much as Solana, but like you also don't have FTX happen every day and the opportunity to make that kind of money. I got in Solana around 80 something bucks, so right around down here at this last range. But I recently sold a bunch of it, or sold all of it almost, and I bought Jupiter. Whether that's a good or bad idea, I don't know. But we'll find out. I don't think I have a Jupiter chart. No, there's one here. I don't think I really did anything with it. So, yeah, I bought Jupiter because I think that there's potential that there might be a better potential for more cash to be made. And it just recently broke out of this downtrend, so we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll bounce again and then it will start to do its thing. Maybe Jupiter, you might see it. I'm just taking the kind of biggest high to low. Somewhere in the 322 range, maybe even higher. If you get really manic and we break out and we hit $9 or so, just around there. So who knows, right? You might hit a 10x on Jupiter. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of money on Solana and the chain. I like Grass. I think that's a really cool project. And I like Jupiter because it's performing well, because it's a DEX and they just tend to do good on blockchains that have a lot of trading volume. Pendle's kind of following the ETH chart. And yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Basically, ETH has been underperforming for sure, but I think that it's really hated right now. But at the same time, if you check some DeFi Llama, I was looking at Scroll, you check out some DeFi Llama stats, and then you kind of just compare the chains and you compare the layer 2s, like ETH is doing really well. And yeah, Solana is also doing well, but I think a lot of it, again, is just like shitty meme coin trading. And if you're making money on meme coins, that's cool. But like, I don't trade them because I'm a shitty trader and I don't really believe in meme coins as a technology. I don't buy any of the Mirage shit. Some meme coins are going to be around, like Doge. You'll have, I think Pepe will be one. Doge, maybe Bonk and some of that stuff. But like, I also don't really care because I don't really find a lot of like value. Like, I don't see what they're adding to the world besides making a lot of small groups of people a lot of money. And if people are having fun trading them, that's cool too, but whatever. Not trying to hate on Solana here, even though I do from time to time. And yeah, that's kind of crypto market right now. So hopefully some new narratives pick up. This whole AI agent meme coin shit I think is interesting, but like I don't really care that much, to be honest with you. I think it's kind of scary when you think about the whole decentralized aspect of AI. Decentralized AI using decentralized currency can be kind of eerie, like, and also I don't really call these things AI yet because I would more so consider AI like not just a LLM, a language LLM, which a lot of these things are. But exponential curves, so therefore we're not that far away from that future. What else do I got to say? T had a massive unlock. It's performing like shit. Probably should have sold around here, but hindsight. And I was looking for airdrops, so I'm in the top 3% of milk Tia, and we'll see how that ends up. I don't really care that much. I don't really buy Tia. I just got it as an airdrop. It's still free money, so I don't really give that big of a shit. And yeah, so just keep your eyes on Bitcoin. I think that the price action is really good. Definitely look at channels better than mine. Bob Lucas, even that guy from Into the Cryptoverse is pretty legit. Who else? Calculator guy, doesn't really trade or do charts. And Wrecked Capital, one of my favorites. But yeah, other than that, that's kind of just quick market updates. I hope this video isn't too long. I need to go shower and go to bed. But you enjoy yourselves. Hopefully I'll make some better videos down the road. I'm working on a project, and I hope to start releasing it soon. I'm just trying to finesse some stuff. So if you're here and you've watched this far, then clearly you're a fan. So watch out for that. Hopefully we resonate and have the same type of humor. Okay, cool. You take care of yourselves. Love everybody. Have a good night. Peace out.